That's Lauren. Let me see what she's saying. Okay. I don't know. She said her phone is acting crazy. So here we go. All right, ladies. We have Daniela, Whitney, Tiffany, and Miss Cammie Dempsey, and me, of course. I need no introduction because, I'm the most fabulous person in the world. But first of all, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time away from your families and your busy lives to be on with me. I wanted to do this Zoom tonight because I feel a certain shift happening in my personal business, and I'm so fired up for my team that I wanted to ask the favor of Cammie to jump on with us and just pour her wisdom into us. Hopefully Lauren will jump on in a second, but summer's coming. Summer's going to be here, I think, next week, the 23rd. And I've heard, I have never been in an It Work summer, but I've heard that, people take vacations, their kids are out of school, and their businesses start to wane. And that's something that I do not want to happen for us. Not sure if you all were on the call with Kyler and Cammie last week, but it was phenomenal for new distributors and just talking about summertime businesses, and it was fabulous. So without further ado, I want you all to welcome Cammie. And Cammie, if you could, regardless of whether we know you, can you just tell us a little bit about you? And I want to thank you for being here with me.
My pleasure. Thank you for setting this up and taking advantage of this time together. And I'm glad you could jump on, Daniela. Tiffany, you look great. So a little background about me. I am a former teacher basketball coach and stumbled upon this crazy rap thing about 15, 16 years ago, but just was not at all the right course for me, not even close. And so, it's funny though, because when it's right, it's right. And I would say that after I had landed my first child, things shifted for me. I hit that transition point, and we all have these transitions that happen in our life that open our eyes to something like this, or make us more open to doing something like this because we're sick and tired of being sick and tired of something. It could be a positive thing, a negative thing, but it's a transition point, and the best description of a transition point would be like, when a mom's last baby graduates from high school, and so now she's an empty nester, or last baby just went into school, so now she's home during the day by herself, or just lots of things like that, and for me, it was that having the baby for the first time and thinking, I can't go back to school and raise everybody else's kids while somebody's home raising mine. So that's when I decided that maybe I needed to take this crazy rap thing a little more seriously. And quite honestly, it was for the vanity side of things, my tummy. I was like going to be the old grandma in my bathing suit on the beach while all my friends, who I was the first of all my friends having babies. So, I was going to, I was just not, I was like, no, I'm not going to be that one. So, things shifted, and I was able to, my eyes were open to it, and the timing was right. And there's a couple things I want to say about that. First of all, sometimes the day we join is still not the right timing. And I don't know why that is. It was the right timing for you to join. I'm just saying it might not have been the right timing to really crank up your business. There are going to be seasons in your business. That's why we do a business like this, because of the residual income side component. But what I don't believe is once you have really started working your business, you don't want to put it on a shelf. You don't want to, and I say that because it just completely, I always tell people, you don't want to stop momentum, you just want to steer it. Okay. And so when you're getting some things going in your direction, that's time to really ramp it up. And to the summer, it took me 6 months to sign my first distributor, first of all. I had a handful of customers, but I was just so intimidated about the business. I think probably deep down in subconsciously, I thought, if I sign a distributor, what am I going to do with them? They're going to look to me for answers, and I don't even know how to do this myself, And I think I was kind of self-sabotaging without even realizing it. But once that door opened for that distributor on my team, I would say the rest was history. And it was just like ignorance on fire, really. I mean, I just was so fired up. And I constantly spoke this over my business. It's not a matter of if it's going to work, it's when it works. Hi, Whitney. And the reason I say that is because we all have timing that we want this business to work in. We all have deadlines. We want to make certain incomes. And I say, put that out there all day long. But we know we can make our plan, but it's the Lord who directs our steps. So keep in mind that if he brought you into this business, I fully believe he brought you here for a reason. You can put him in a box and say, I'll give you 6 months. You can put him in a box and say, I'll give it a year. Or you can say, you know what? I'm really excited to see why you brought me here. And I don't know what this is going to look like. This is what I want. But I'm excited to see what your plan is as it unfolds. So, you know, a lot of people give up on their team that maybe don't sign distributors for 6 months. They kind of lose interest, move on. Some people give up on themselves, and I'm so glad I didn't do either or have anybody give up on me because, you know, it was just, I was exactly where I needed to be when I needed to be there. And a huge part of, I think, what also got me through that obstacle, that challenge, was all the personal development I was doing, you know, reading and being at events constantly. So centering myself with people that were going in the direction I wanted to be. And all of that, I believe, was a contributor to me having breakthrough over and over. There's been several times where I felt like I hit a ceiling, you know, and then all of a sudden breakthrough, you know? So, yeah. What else did you want me to uncover, Miss Ja-Relle?
Thank you very much. Okay, so you mentioned something about seasons.
Yes.
When Ashley did the Tips to the Top with Jade about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago,
okay,
Jade mentioned seasons too. So I've always been curious about that. Network marketing companies, some, you know, we all sell different products. For It Works, can you tell me from, let's say, January to April or May to August, can you tell me a little bit about our seasons? Like right now, we're in June, but did it start in May? Is it May through September or May through August? What can you tell us from your 10-year experience?
Well, when I say seasons, I more mean there's a couple different kinds of seasons. So let me tell you what I meant by seasons. There's going to be seasons in the business where you are, you know, 99% working this business, super focused. And then there's going to be seasons where there's some life stuff going on and maybe you can only work at half time, 50% time, 30% time. But the biggest thing is to not set it down and let it go flat completely. Okay. The other thing is the seasons when it comes to the natural ebb and flow of this business. Before I tell you the seasons, I want you to know this is not a precursor to, oh, this is exactly what my experience is going to be.
That's right. That's right.
That's neither here nor there. I've had people join in December and go diamond in 8 weeks. I've had people join in the summer and have some of the best launch parties than people during the season that's supposed to be the best season. And, you know, I'll be honest, I would say that as a whole, the company sees the greatest growth from probably like February through May.
Okay.
And then those kids come home. And it's like mamas just decide that throw everything, you know, it's just they get overwhelmed, the schedule changes. And instead of regrouping and making a new plan, they keep trying to work the old plan, and that's just not going to work with the new schedule. So, you know, I want to encourage people to, great example is, you know, I am working under a different schedule now. And so you saw me tonight put out there how our team trainings are going to move to Wednesdays now. So, you know, I think we always have to be willing to give ourselves margin and shuffle things around a little bit and realize that as different seasons happen, still be intentional with your time with the business. Make sure you're not quitting the business essentially, but work it around the season that you're in. So it's summer, okay? I had a girl on my team last year that put her business on the shelf the whole summer because she had 15 weddings. And I was like, instead of putting your business on the shelf, why don't you look at it as an opportunity to meet all these people or reconnect with people that you haven't seen in forever, you know? So 15 weddings, she was in 15 weddings. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that before. And she was literally in them. So she had 15 bachelorette parties, several showers, I was like, girlfriend, you are being exposed to so many people, not just once, but a couple times. So I love when Mike made the comment last week on our tribe call. He said, become a wedding crasher. This business pays you to become a wedding crasher, So we just have to restructure how we work this business. And the problem is we're creatures of habit. We get in the habit of how we're doing things. And if that changes, we kind of go, the sky is falling. No, it's not falling. You just have to redirect. You have to reorganize, redirect. So, and I was a great example of that. So here I am with 3 babies home all the time. Landon goes to school, Colton goes to school, then Skylar goes to school. And then they come home for the summer and I'm like, oh, I used to make fun of all these women that would be like, oh, my kids came home, I can't work. I'm like, what do you mean you can't work? I got my 3 kids with me all the time. It was their schedule changed. That's the only difference, is their rituals were out of balance, out of whack, and it throws you off. So again, kids are home for most moms, so it's time to redirect. So instead of saying we got to put our business down, let's talk about how we're going to build our business while the kids are home. Let's have wrap parties at night that actually that give moms a break because they've been with their kids all day, Use this as your social time. Take your kids with you. Do family barbecue parties, Tonight I did a wrap party at the Walmers. There was probably 20 people there, but there was probably 13 kids. And they were all in the basement. The Walmers hired a babysitter to kind of watch over all of them. It was just genius. So, there are ways around. We just have to be creative and put something into, redirect basically.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. I loved how you said that. And, I had an aha moment the other day, and I don't know what it was on, but somebody said, you're putting down your summer business, but you don't realize that August is coming. And what that means is people are going to need school clothes for their kids. So what if you are talking about your business and putting business posts off there and doing wrap parties, and you're saying, you guys, can you believe this? Our kids just got out last month, but in 8 weeks, we're going to be school shopping. Are you guys really ready for that? And then think about it. Christmas is coming in 6 months.
Absolutely.
We shouldn't want people to have the same Christmas that they did last year. And I'm not talking about the people who had phenomenal Christmases. I'm talking about the people who might have been struggling, the people who might have not been able to pay their rent. We should be thinking forward, not just for right now. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Well, and some people are thinking about Christmas in the middle of the summer because they're already thinking ahead because they're putting money aside. So great. And again, it's just a different approach, but it's not, oh, got to put my business down. It's let's think how we can create new business through the summertime and with my new summer schedule. That's all it is. It's not a summer season. It's called a summer schedule. And in Michigan, I get a little bit why people tend to want to be out on the lake more than they want to be at wrap parties. But let's take the wrap party on the lake. We've got a girl in Saugatuck who they basically move out of their house for the summer and live on their yacht. And then they rent out their house. And instead of not having parties, she's having yacht parties. So, you just gotta get creative.
Gotta work it. Yes, I love it. I love it. You were the one who said 1/3 of your business should be building your business. 1/3 should be, I think you said, building your team. Another third, personal development, investing in your mind. Why do you think that personal development, and I totally agree, because I don't think I could live without a page of a book, or even if it's a Kindle, or even if it's an Audible, a podcast, I'm listening all the time. Why do you think that personal development is so crucial?
Hold on. Shauna's texting me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want you to think I was being rude. She's like, I can't get in. I said, not my Zoom room, Ja-Relle's, and I wonder if she's using mine.
Oh, it's my phone number, 231-720-8062. I'm sorry. I'll put it in the chat.
No, that's okay. She might have put that in. She just might have put it in wrong, but she might be thinking it's on my Zoom room. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So, why do I do 1/3, 1/3, 1/3? Is that what you're saying?
Why do you think that personal development is so critical to your business, whereas it might not be critical if you work in retail sales? Although it might be good in retail sales, but I'm saying for this business, network marketing, Why is personal development so crucial?
I think success is such a mind game. It's all mental. I believe battles are won or lost in the mind before they're ever fought. Mm-hmm. And so, I think of, when I think of that quote, I think of David and Goliath, and I think of how when David was approached about killing the giant, he was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Like he just knew it. He knew that he was going to succeed, and he did. And too many of us are questioning whether we're right for this business, whether we're right for this leadership position, whether we're worthy of the money, and it's all up in our mind. We need to develop our mind, stay around like-minded people who continue to help us develop our mind where it needs to be, and that you can't do that without personal development or getting to events. And I think I read in a book once that says, show me the 5 people you spend the most time with, and I'll tell you what your life looks like. You look at their income, their personalities, and they'll tell you what your life looks like.
It is huge. Thank you for that analogy. I loved it. Love it, love it, love it. So in your 10 years, although we live in Michigan, what do you think are the top 3 objections to having a party in this? Because I want a healthy mix of my business. Now, I want the belly to belly parties right now. I want them right now. What do you think are the biggest objections to having wrap parties in the summer, and help us overcome them? I mean, I don't know if you can do that in like.
Well, I think the biggest objection in the summer is probably just the weekends aren't great. I think use weekends as a way to network and build your hundreds list as you're at parties, like graduation parties, weddings, up at north at the lake, vacations. Use that time to network and build your business.
Okay.
But use the weekdays to have wrap parties, because people have to work. So they're in town. Realize a really nice sunny day may be a low attendance because of the weather. So just really make it an opportunity to make sure you're following up with the people that tell you they're going to come. Hey, can I count on you for tonight? Maybe say, show up at 6 for burgers and then we'll party after, so kind of get a little something that incentivizes them to be there. I can tell you spring in Michigan is awful for wrap party attendance. And it doesn't mean you don't get it, but it means you have more cancellations.
Right.
Probably the most, because all of a sudden we have like a 70-degree day or even a 60-degree day, and everybody wants to be in their yard doing their yard work, Yep. But I think we just have to be really intentional with following up, and weeknights are by far the best time to have parties in the summer, and then probably weekdays too, and let them include the children.
Okay. Perfect.
Do it out on your patio. Say we're sitting out in the sun. We did some last year out by my pool, so.
Okay, I just had to write something down real quick.
You're good. I don't know if Shona got on or not. I don't see her yet.
Me either, at all. And I have a little arrow. I don't know what this arrow is. Nope, that's just you guys still. Okay, so before I even ask my next question, I don't want to be selfish here. I want each of you to ask Cammie one question. So I'm going to start with my girl, Tiffany. Tiffany, I know you hear me up there, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's okay. We're stepping out of that comfort zone. So I want you to ask Cammie one question that may be on your heart, that may be about your business or your future business. You have her right here, sister girl.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Just like your shirt says. Yes.
Yes, the company I work for. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of like where Ja-Relle is right now, just trying to get a mixture of different things as far as how to work my business. And like I said, I just did my first party, and now I'm kind of in the loop of trying to do parties every week now. But I still get froze up on messaging people. Sometimes I just don't know when it's the right time to bring up the business, because I can have a conversation with some of these people for a long time, and then I still have like that awkward feeling like, okay, should I say it now or should I wait a little bit longer, give them a couple more days, or I don't know. I just still kind of get frozen up as far as reaching out to people and when to bring up the business.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Why don't you start copying, for example, Ja-Relle, Daniela, and myself on questions. That way we see when you've asked them, and if somebody answers them back, that way if you're text messaging all three of us, we're not all three doing it, but we're seeing if somebody doesn't get to it. We're all going to learn from that, and it won't be long before you kind of get what's happening and you feel more confident. So we just need to do more of it.
Okay.
So does that make sense? Let's say you're following up with someone or you want to reach out to someone. If it's follow-up, screenshot your conversation thus far and send it in a text to all of us.
Okay.
And just say, what would you guys say in response? But if it's, or say she hasn't responded, how would you go from here? The other thing I would say is, I drew a blank. The other thing I would say is, if there's somebody you don't know how to start the conversation with, ask us those two.
Yeah, because I have a lot of my phone's dying. I have a lot of friends on Facebook that I don't really associate with a lot, or some people I don't know at all. So I just go through my friend list and I just kind of go down the line and just kind of message everybody. If I know them,
what do you say to them?
Well, if I know them, I'll just bring up some old stuff that we used to do. If I used to work with them, I'll ask them, hey, how's it going? I remember you and I used to work at such and such. How you been so far? Or what are you doing now? Just basically just kind of, starting up a conversation, basically. But for people that I don't know, sometimes I just don't know what to say because I don't have anything to say. I'll try to go in their profile and see what they're posting, or if they have any family or friends or kids. I try to find something to start a conversation, but most of the time I don't know what to say.
Shauna didn't have the right ID number, so there she is.
There she is.
Yes.
Can I jump in and say something to Tiffany about this, the messaging part?
Yes.
Okay, so Tiffany, I'm going to try to be real quick, and I know I'm long-winded sometimes, but I'll be quick. The other day, what's today? Thursday? Yesterday, I was going down my timeline, and I saw a girl on there named Lisa. I think she's the sister of one of my high school friends. And the post said, guys, I need your help. I hate first shift. I don't know what to do with myself. I think I'm getting depressed. And she went on and on and on and on and said like 6 things. I was like, Ja-Relle, if you don't get this right now, you're a fool. So because she put it out there, she invited me to come in. So I went in my messenger and I said, Lisa, this may be totally random. We've been hearing about that a lot, just starting the conversation off with it's totally random.
Yep.
And I said, I just saw your post about you not liking first shift and you think that, some depression is setting in. I said, I know what depression feels like, but I think that if you were around some positive, like-minded people and you had a different opportunity, you'd see life in a different way. What are you doing tonight at 9:00? And she was like, nothing. It was 3 minutes to the time the online party started. She jumped on, she got engaged, and she's ordering product. Her work schedule is odd, but we talked until 1:00 in the morning. So those types of messages where the people know that you care about them, you may have to troll on people's pages to find that one, conversation. But I'm telling you, it works. It really, really works. Rarely have I had someone say, why are you messaging me? You're rude. Get out of my face. But they put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of browse around people's Facebook. Hopefully that helps.
That's genius. That's genius. I think browsing around their Facebook, if you don't know them, Tiffany, is a great way to kind of engage a conversation like you said you are doing with people you kind of know a little bit about. But I also think it's okay. Did you watch the Zoom recording that Ashley did the tips from the top on Monday night?
I'll have to go back because I saved a bunch of videos, so I have to remember which one that is.
It's the one with her and Amber Parker. It's on the Dream Team Adventure page. I want you to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, I had got home late and I haven't got a chance to watch the record. I got like the last maybe 15 minutes of it.
I would totally go back and watch it if I were you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. Okay, so thank you for your question, Tiffany. We appreciate it. Whitney, you are next. What question do you think you can ask Cammie, sister girl, that'll help all of us?
So I've been thinking about what I want to ask, and I guess I would like to know how you stay connected with so many people like on your team. Like, what's the best way to stay plugged in with your team, especially the long distance people?
Great question. And I think we can never get rid of personal phone calls because it's just so much more personal and you can talk back and forth. I think Boxer is the next best, and then text messaging or Facebook messaging. I just think that even if it's just little, like, how you doing today? What's going on? How many people have you reached out today? Stuff like that, you know? So I would say consistently, even if it's only a little bit, but I think getting in those phone conversations as often as you can goes so far.
Yeah. I love that.
Cool. And then Zoom. I just love this Zoom because I think connecting with small groups is great because we're all learning from each other too, you know?
Yeah.
Daniela just had to get off. She said she's got a screaming little one.
Yeah. She was hiding in the closet, so it's all good. Okay.
Of course she was.
Yes.
Of course she was.
So Shauna, you're next. I think you hopped on right when I was done talking about it, but what we're doing is just going around the Zoom or the table or whatever we're doing, and we're asking Cammie one question to help about your business that, you know, could help all of us. What may be on your heart right now?
One question that could help everybody. Let's see.
But you most importantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know right now. I can't think of anything. Let's see. One question that could help everybody.
I like your shirt.
Me too.
Oh, there went the phone. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay, well, you know, I'm always one for, you know, working on talking to people that like on my Facebook posts that have something to do with the business. That's always a big one for me.
Are you reaching out to them? I can't remember. Remind me, Shauna, when they like a business post or whatever, do you message them and say, thanks for the love on my post? What interests you most?
Yeah, I do sometimes. You know, I think it's some of the posts that are like, you know, like I made one today. I made a live video of the ocean, and I wrote a little, you know, to work my business part-time in the evening after work, and now I can take a day off work at the beach and work my business from the sand. And it was a big hit. I had a lot of people liking the video and sharing the video. So I think ones like that kind of stumped me, you know, that, you know, you just have a like on it. It says, you know, who else could use this freedom? And they don't necessarily comment or say, I could use that freedom, but they do like it. You know, those are the ones that usually stump me the most because I try to reach out to everybody that likes on my stuff. And right now I have a lot of followers that are liking on all of my stuff. So, you know, I've been, you know, I guess that would be one of my big questions.
So if you haven't already messaged them, I'm putting it in chat so you guys can all see it. If it's not somebody that you've already messaged before, that you already have a relationship for, then all I simply want you to say is, thanks for the love on my post. What interested you the most? Because even if it's you at the beach, you're kind of saying, like, what drew you in? Why, okay. You know, and it helps us have a better idea how to connect with them and convert them to a team member.
Okay. I like that. Thank you for that question, Shauna. I like that.
Well, and I've got a couple things, Ja-Relle, which I certainly don't want to cut you off.
No, that's good. No, you're good.
But I have two things that I just really was inspired, I would say, by Tiffany's shirt. It's been my mantra since probably Christmas time. What if it's easy? What if it's easy? And you might be thinking, what are you talking about? No, I'm going to ask you again. What if it's easy? What if you're overcomplicating this? What if you're not having fun? What if you're taking yourself way too seriously? What if you're running this too much like a business and not enough social? And it's just, what if it's easy? What if you're making it too hard? What if you're complicating it? What if you're too uptight? What if you're, you know what I mean? Keep it easy. Make it simple. If it's hard, you're doing something wrong. Okay? And hard doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean that you get yes all the time. But that still isn't hard, you know? And then the next thing I want to say to you guys, and you can comment on any or either. Just say yes, okay? All summer long, whether it's an opportunity to build your business, whether it's an opportunity to, whether it's somebody calls you, whether you're invited to go do something, whether you hear about an event, just say yes. If it's anything to do with building your business, commit to just saying yes. And Kyler would say, fake it until you own it. Oh, but I've never done that before. Well, go do it. You're never going to know if you don't do it. And this is a business where you can earn while you learn. So get out there and do it. Worst case scenario, you're going to screw it up, but you're going to, you know, success never happens for anybody without failure along the way. You know, you're going to fail your way to success. So get out there and do it anyway. Because what if it's easy? What if it wasn't hard? What if you did it and you met your dream distributor that changes the face of your business, you know? So just say yes and remind yourself regularly, even if you got to put Post-it notes everywhere that say, what if it's easy?
Wow. You know what? I just got called out, and I didn't get called out. I mean, you didn't say my name. But when somebody says something that I feel resonates with me, I heard myself in that. I really did. Wow. I think, wow. It is easy. And we do have the tendency to overcomplicate.
You know?
What'd you say, Cammie? I'm sorry.
It's good for me to remember too.
Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of taken aback. That was a good one. That was a really, really good one. So thank you. So the next thing I want to say or ask, we already know that this is prime time cruise time. And the reason I call this Seize the Day is because, you know, Cammie's busy and she has umpteen responsibilities. And in order to get her for an hour is huge for me. We know that completing the steps to success is crucial to our business. And just like she said earlier, we overcompensate sometimes. So I think that when we were on the Zoom Monday with Amber, she said, you know, print out two steps to success. And having that visual right there is amazing. Building rubies is the fastest way that we're going to earn this cruise. Cammie, why do you think that when Mike and Mr. Pentecost announced that the top point earners right now are executives and rubies and emeralds, why is that? Is it because they're new and that excitement is still there and they're not complicating it? Why do you think these people who are not diamonds yet have these top point spots right now? I'm just blown away by that.
Well, I think a couple reasons. I mean, you know, while you might be expecting, and I guarantee there are certainly some, I just know for a fact there's certainly going to be some of our big leaders that are doing well. But I think at the end of the day, you have to remember that some people take themselves so seriously and they get so wound up about their business. Something like a cruise, while it's actually trying to get them to get more sales and work harder, it's a distraction. All of a sudden, they're not thinking about building a business. They're just thinking about going on a cruise. So it's like a positive distraction. And I think there is a fresh a fresh fire in their belly. I think some of these people I think they know they can get 2,500 points by going Ruby. That's a big deal. You help someone go Ruby, you get 2,500 points, but when you go Ruby, you get 2,500 points. So I just think there's just a lot. I just think there's a lot of incentive there. And I really think it's a distraction. Kim Haber is a presidential diamond on my team, and she got into direct sales because a company was giving away a trip. She only joined to earn the trip, and after she earned the trip, she turned around and went, oh, I have a big team to lead.
Right, exactly. Okay. This is one for me that I get really tensed up about.
Okay.
In the drive-through, and I'm saying this because I remember I think it was Starbucks you were going through.
Yeah.
And you did that Facebook Live or Periscope, something you did. When I'm in the drive-through and there is a fantastic person right there, if there's 3 cars behind me, I will not blitz her, because I used to work at McDonald's when I was 16, and there's a timer that we have, and you have to get the person out of the drive-through in a certain amount of time. But I have to stop doing that.
Yeah.
How do we quickly, I don't want to throw a blitz card at them because that's just money I'm giving away. I want to make sure that I add them to Facebook. But what do you do if there's 5 cars behind you? Do you still blitz this person?
Yes.
Oh, why am I feeling bad about holding the line up?
I don't know why. You just got to get over it. And you got to think, what if it's easy?
Look at Whitney. So am I the only one that does that? Okay, so you do it too, Whitney.
Oh, I guarantee there's lots of us that do it. Get nervous, get thinking, and I think it's easier to blame not doing it because we're being considerate of 5 cars than not doing it because we're just not doing it.
Yep, exactly. Okay. All right.
I think it's great that you're putting yourself out there, Ja-Relle.
You just kicked me in the booty. Okay. So drive-through blitzing is changing.
Hey, Phil.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Phil. Can you hear me?
You're bleeping in and out.
Okay, try it again, Shauna.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to, I can't really say for the 4 cars, that are behind you, but I used to be afraid to blitz someone, say at the cash registers office, when you have a line of people behind you. Or, I got 4 or 5 people, at the 7-Eleven or at Walmart or something waiting to check out, and I want to go talk to her. So something I did recently is when I saw the frowning faces that I was taking the time to talk about my blitz card, I ended up blitzing everybody in the line. Now, I did not, of course, get information in the line, but I was like, hey, guys, thanks for letting me hold you up. Here's $5 off my wrap. Here's one of my coupons. So just to try to help me find a way to not blitz someone because there's a line. So, it won't help you with the drive-through, but it's just something I've recently started doing because that cashier, busy or not, she could be my presidential. So I'm working hard on getting her information and giving everybody else a coupon for their patience.
Well, I love what you said, how you're also blitzing those 4 other people. I love that.
That's amazing. I love that idea. Because I held you up in the line, here's a $5 coupon. That's cute. I love it. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
I think, Shauna, you should share that on Tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to share this recording, Ja-Relle, or do you not feel comfortable?
I can do that.
Oh, I want to so bad. I don't know.
I think it would be really beneficial for people.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just say, we just had a roundtable talk about the summer and getting our butts in gear. And if you'd like to listen in, feel free,
Okay. I will. So what I want to do is I want to end it with this. Summer's here, and I want Cammie to tell us just hardcore. If you work your business consistently starting tonight through the end of the summer, what will happen and you're not guaranteeing, there's no guarantees, but if you are consistent every day from now to the end of the summer, what will the fall bring for you from what you've seen in your leaders?
Well, two things. Great question. I think what I've seen time and time again is that the fall is definitely another surge in the business, especially before the holidays are upon us. But here's the problem. If you are not consistent this summer and you only work your business when you feel like it, you will be building from a dry well this fall. It'd be like starting over.
Yeah.
And especially knowing, because everybody that's on this call isn't necessarily a triple presidential diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So your businesses just aren't even there yet for you to take some time off like that, okay? Also knowing where you all want to go. The other thing I would say to you is this. When you work this business consistently through the summer, and even when you don't feel like it. So like tonight, I did not feel like going to the party. 5 minutes into the party, I felt fabulous. Best I felt all day, and I'm so thankful I went. So when you work your business consistently, not just when you feel like it, you are going to see your business double, maybe grow 1.5 times in the fall. You're going to have just lots of seeds coming to harvest. So like, for instance, let's just give an example. Let's say you're blitzing at all these weddings all summer, but you're really not getting much commitment in a one-on-one setting, things like that. And you're thinking, what the heck? Guess what? They want to meet with you come fall.
Okay.
So the ones that keep blowing you off at a wrap party this summer, they'll want to get to one in the fall. But again, so just look at it all as I'm looking to build my business in a big way this summer, but worst case scenario, everything I do for my business is planting seeds for the fall.
Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm chasing teachers right now.
What?
I said I am chasing teachers. You know,
that's
teachers
great person to chase. Yes, ma'am.
That's huge, Shauna. Yes, because Cammie, is
they're off over the summer, so I'm chasing teachers.
kind of cut out just a little bit, Shauna, and I wanted to hear that. Did you just say because they're off in the summer?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
It's on and off. It's on and off.
What about now? Is it good?
It's
better.
It's better.
Yes, it's better. This is the old phone. My apologies. I just said I'm chasing teachers because they're off over the summer, and I have a lot of them throughout the year since I've been in the business that have said this is something I'd be interested in the summer when I'm off. So I've definitely been digging through the notes, finding them, and I have about 4,000 people on my Facebook post and or on my Facebook friends list. So I've been going through and looking at the ones that say that they're teachers, and definitely catching my attention on the ones that are, I'm so glad this is our last day with my classroom. What a great year. And I'm like, oh, there's another teacher. Yeah. So I've been grabbing and just being thoughtful and, liking on their posts and commenting before I hit them up.
Exactly. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Teachers, they make really good direct salespeople and really good network marketers. Those organizational details, seriously, it's unreal.
Shauna, I just text your chat back.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. So do any of you have anything else that is like that you're itching to get out, that
a burning desire?
Yeah, that you just gotta vomit up? Or
I haven't had dinner tonight, you guys. I'm dying.
No, you're you're fine. I'm good. Anybody else have anything that they're itching to get out? Because I do, and it's not bad, but it's something I want to just get out there. Okay, well, I'll go. I am one to admit when I'm wrong. I'm one to say, okay, oops, I didn't do this. Oops, I didn't do that. And at the beginning of my business, I stalled because of the fear of rejection. And I think I'm human. I think everybody does it. But the reason I wanted to do this Zoom tonight, primarily, Lauren was new. I don't know what happened, but she couldn't get on. But sitting down with her the other day, doing a 1-hour Zoom where we messaged people. She would screenshot, send it to me, and I would type in the chat what to send back, was profound. And regardless of whether or not we got distributors, or loyal customers, we created that sense of community to where if she feels uneasy, she just learned how to overcome that and how to text the next person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The camaraderie in just even two people, or if you want to add another person, it's amazing. And I say that because I'm at a point in my business where it's been 7 months. There's no turning back for me now. And I think a lot of that has to do with familial relationships. A lot has changed in my family with my mother, and my heart is hurting. So It Works is filling that hole in my heart right now. And I feel a shift. I really do. That's not to say I sponsored 7 people last month or that I will sponsor 7 people this month, but something has changed in my business, and I'm just so ready to keep going. I can't do the excuses anymore. I've made excuses. I've made so many excuses, but no more. It's over. Sometimes I feel like I'm neglecting Jaden, and I'm not going to lie. I do. Sometimes I feel like that, but I will look him in his eye. And the other day I started crying. I looked at him and I said, Jaden, you've probably seen this phone in my hand for 3 hours straight. But you know what, little boy? What if at the end of your 8th grade year, you have like a band trip and it's $2,000 and mommy can just pay for it? Think about that. I want you to just think further out. So it's the sacrifice, it's the long nights, it's the no excuses. We all have kids. We're all moms. I'm on a board. Mental health is my thing, but I find time to sit down and message people every single day. Shauna, sometimes don't your eyes burn? When you're messaging people, don't your eyes?
Yes, absolutely.
So, it is what it is. And I'm just ready to take whoever wants to go straight up. There's no backpedaling now. No backpedaling. So,
Well, and what I love about what you said, Ja-Relle, is that you're not just telling your son this is what we're doing. You're showing your son what it's like to be committed. You're showing your son what it's like to fight for your dreams. You're showing your son what it's like to just work hard. And there is not enough of that anymore. So it's so much greater than just building an income, Yeah,
exactly. Well, I think this is it, you all. I know you have lives. I know everyone is tired, but because we are rap girls and that black, green, and bling is that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate you all for being on, and I wish we would have had more on, but that's okay.
The ones that were supposed to be here were here.
Exactly.
That's right. Yes.
I love y'all to death, and I want you all to have a great night. And can we just say a prayer before we leave?
Oh, I would love that.
Okay. Okay, Heavenly Father, I ask that you cover each person on this Zoom with the blood of your Son, Jesus Christ. Lord, thank you so much for allowing us to have the technology to connect with people around the world. Lord, we ask that you give us the grace, the strength emotionally, physically, and mentally to get through tonight, tomorrow, and the next day the way you want us to get through the day. Lord, we ask that you not only bring us rock stars into our team who's going to produce those numbers, but we ask you to bring us people into our team who have the vision, who want to help people, and who want to see beyond their circumstances. In Jesus' name, and Lord, we also thank you for our wonderful Black Diamond, Cammie Dempsey, for providing that framework, providing that foundation, because as we all know, if a house is built on a rocky foundation, it will never, ever stand. So thank you for you, Lord. Thank you for Cammie. Thank you for Whitney, Tiffany, Shauna. Daniela was here. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank
All
you.
right. So that's it. I love you all, and we will talk very soon.
I love you too.
You got something, Cammie?
I just saw there was something else in the chat room, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't ignore it. And honestly, Whitney, I would just say, you know what? If people are sleeping with phones right by their bed, then shame on them. And if you get scolded a couple times, then maybe start thinking a little bit more what time you're sending them. But I'd say just cross that bridge when you get there. And again, if I don't want to be bothered, I don't keep my phone by my bed.
So true. So true. And Whitney, I want to add something real quick. I don't close my eyes without messaging 10 people. And I'm not going to lie. I have fallen asleep. And when I wake up, the phone is on my face. And there may be 5 people that I messaged, but I don't go to sleep without messaging 10 people. So.
Well, my thought is I just want to be able to, at night after I've got the toddlers to bed and I get all my husband's stuff ready for the next day, it's later at night, and especially with a lot of the people I'm up north, I'm like, I just don't be like waking people up. Honestly, that's been a setback. And I know it's like the blitzing thing, like, there's a line behind you, but I just get nervous about that because I also don't want to be rude or like going and liking and commenting all their stuff and messaging them at like 1 a.m. But honestly, if I'm going to sit down and dedicate, 2 to 3 hours for sure, like just money, what did they say? Like money making activities or income producing activities. Anyways, I'm like, I've got to do it later at night. Like that's just what works for me. But I just get so nervous that I'm going to offend people by like, or they're going to be like, what a weirdo, this girl messages me at 1 a.m. like about these crafts. I'm like, so I get nervous.
Hey, Whitney, number 1, you're very thoughtful. So that's the first thing. So you're just very thoughtful. But number 2, that's where we say, what if it's easy? Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a good girl. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. That's the peer pressure in it. Everybody's doing it. So you're
Everybody's doing it.
So you're good to go, girlfriend.
All right, you guys, I'm going to talk to you later.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Shauna, let me know if you hear any more.
Oh, I will. Absolutely. Thank you, Ja-Relle, for putting this together for everyone.
Okay, no problem. Have a good night, y'all.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.